One of my daughter's other requests was to know how I did this. Put these pieces of paper on, how I got them cut out. And this is a 2-page layout. I just have one sheet here that I'm showing you. With Club Scrap, I bought this thing called an idea deck. And it's called Assembly Line Scrapbooking. These are like a deck of cards. And you get this cute little box. And there are 52 different kinds, and they are in, like, this is spades, and there's hearts and clubs and diamonds, and they have the king and queen and jack, so it's like a deck of cards. The front of the card will show what the layout, a sketch of a layout, and it will have a name. This one's called 8.5 Split Formula. It'll have a gather list, and this one calls for one 12 by 12 piece of paper A, an 8.5 by 11 paper B, an 8.5 by 11 paper C, and then two 12 by 12 papers D for the base. Here's your A's and your D's and your B's and your C's, and this will show you how the layout's going to come together. On the back side are the cutting directions. Okay, this is for the 12 by 12 piece of paper A, and then here are the trimming instructions. And also at the bottom of the card on the front side, it will have a skill level. This one is a skill level 2. And here's a skill level 1. This is somebody that's just beginning. Then you will be able to make this. You'll be able to make this. This is 3 pieces of paper, and the cuts are simple. The cuts are very easy, and it's not going to make you bring out all your swear words. This one is a skill level 3, and this one you need to be quite experienced at. For this 2-page layout, I am using this called a color block collage. It's a skill level 2, and there's one 12 by 12 sheet of paper A, one 12 by 12 sheet of paper B, and there's two 12 by 12 sheets of paper, and they will be the base. Now I need my big honkin' paper trimmer for this. Okay, I'm going to use papers from the framed collection. I used those the other day. And then I'm also going to use one sheet of paper from the Journeys collection. These 2 blue ones are going to be my base, so I'm not going to cut these. I'm going to set these aside. Now I have a brown piece of paper from Journeys, and it doesn't have anything, it's plain on both sides. And then I'm going to use one of these. You saw this the other day, yesterday or whenever. Alright, both of these pieces of paper are going to be cut the exact same way. This is a 12-inch trimmer, and it's a guillotine trimmer. And this one is made by Tonic Studios. I don't know. I got this. I ordered this online. Okay, the 12-inch mark is right here, and this is pushed up against the blade. So the first cut is going to be at 11 3/8. Okay. Here's the 11-inch mark right here, and the small mark next to that is a 16th, and the next mark to that is an 1/8. So we'll go 1/8, 2/8 is a quarter, so 3/8 is going to be right between the quarter and the half, the longer mark between the quarter and the half. Alright, paper is tied up here at the top, and then I'm going to hold this down. I'm doing this backwards, doing this sideways. So this is the first paper cut. I slice that down. When you look on your diagram, if you have this or whatever, see the little X right there, and then the X is there? These are going to be scraps. This is the first cut, and this is going to be a scrap. Okay, the next cut is going to be at 8.5, and we're going to take this edge here, and we're going to move it down to 8.5. And keep it pushed up at the top of the trimmer, and then hold these two things down. And then the next cut is at 5 3/4. So this edge here, we're going to go to, there's 6, there's 5, there's 5 3/4, right there. And we'll hold that down. Now, this piece of paper is the next one we're going to work with. This next cut is 5 3. You take the 5 3/4 by 12 and turn it horizontally at 11.5. So that's this one. We're going to turn it this way, push it up there at the top, and then this edge here, we're going to move to the 11.5. Is that what it said? 11.5? Yes, 11.5. So there's the 11.5 mark. Okay, so the first cut was at 11.5. Now this second cut is going to be at 5 3/4. So we'll move this edge down here to the 5 3/4. Now we're going to cut on these two strips. And it says the 2 3/4 by 12, we're going to cut horizontally. So which one is this? This is 2, this one is 2 3/4. We'll take the 2 3/4 one and we'll turn it horizontally up here, put it up against the top. And we're going to trim it at 11.5 and 5 3/4, just like we did the other one. So we'll move this down at 11.5. Now I got to hold this up here. And the next one is at 5 3/4. So we'll come down here to 5 3/4. Okay, and we'll mash that down. Okay. And this one is 2 7/8. We'll put it horizontally, and we're going to put this end at the 11 inches. Let's see, at 11 inches. And we'll hold that down. The next cut is at 8 1/4. So there's 8 1/4. And 5 1/2 is the next cut. 5 1/2.